Hello, friends. We need to talk. I've been holding off on this one reading I've been wanting to do for some time, but just never felt like it was the right time. But then today, Peter Smith stopped by, and the moon is in Scorpio, which Scorpio rules the eighth house of life, death, transportation, transformation, politics, taboo subjects, things that are hidden. It is a sign of intensity and passion. It has two rulers, Mars and Pluto. Mars is aggressive, Pluto is destructive. So it's a really forceful planet or sign with its planets. And, so it would make sense that I would be talking with Peter Smith, who's transitioned, and that we would be that it would be about his suicide. I mean, hello, Freud. Which brings me to this other topic that, as I said earlier, I was going through all these old spreads that I did, and I took some pictures. Well, one of them was about Seth Rich and what happened to him. I'm not going to go into that right now. But the thing that has bothered me since last winter, very much so, is the fact that I keep feeling like these are related. Seth Rich's death and Hillary Clinton's data that was searched, downloaded, and extorted by Josh Shoretsky, who was a Bernie Sanders staffer. Josh was fired, but the details, as you look into it and you read about it, is that it was 4 staffers who did it because there was a glitch in the software through NGV-PAN, I guess. And so they knew that when there was a glitch, like there was kind of this window where things had to reboot, and that was when, during a 40-minute window, these 4 staffers went, searched, downloaded, extorted Hillary's proprietary data, voter data information, and then it was blown over. Things are dropped. The Democratic National Committee, the DNCC, wanted to make sure that they knew that the data was properly disposed of and didn't get it into anyone's hands. Well, I have always suspected that it made it to the hands of the Trump campaign because this is a thing I'll show you more in detail at some point. But when you look at polling data and the way Hillary was polling, since the day that it was extorted, which was, I think, around December 17th, 2015, she never recovered. She never recovered from her positive rating scales. And she just, from that point on, just systematically and predictably, her favorability dropped. And so this relates to today because I had wondered if Seth Rich knew whether or not, if he knew about the glitch with the system, and if he knew whether or not Hillary's data made its way to Russia. And this is why, because Bernie Sanders' campaign manager is Tad Devine. Tad Devine worked in 2002, 2003 with Paul Manafort on the Yanukovych campaign, and he knew Konstantin Kilimnik. And this is documented in the Mueller's report and all, with emails that he exchanged with him. And also, Bernie had hired Julian Mulvey, who was Paul Manafort's ad genius. And so there's that piece there that if Hillary's proprietary voter data could get to Russia, to Oleg Deripaska, it easily could, because, Paul Manafort was in debt to Deripaska. Paul Manafort met with Konstantin Kilimnik, I think, and around that time, Paul Manafort had also passed on Trump's voter data to did he meet, either he met with Konstantin or he met with Deripaska, but anyway, the voter data went to Russia. So I have a lot of reasons why I suspect Hillary's proprietary data went to Russia. There's so much supporting evidence for it. And then another clarifier that I had then was, does Robert Mueller know, because I did this in January, does Robert Mueller know that Seth Rich knew that Hillary's data went to Russia? And interestingly enough, you know what showed up in that? Was the lovers, the Trump-Putin, and also the Two of Pentacles. That little trick that Peter Smith showed me. So that's what this spread, this reading is going to be about. I want to know, did Hillary Clinton's proprietary voter data information make its way to Russia, whether it was through Konstantin Kilimnik, Paul Manafort, Oleg Deripaska? Does Russia, GRU, their intelligence agency, have it? So that's what I want to know. I suppose I could have been shuffling that whole... Oh, goodness, things are falling out. Okay. Universe, can you please... Oh, look at Hillary's on TV right now. Okay, universe, cut my deck. Okay. Did Hillary's voter data... Oops. Oh, God. Oh, you know what this is. 5 of Cups. The 5 continent coup card. Ooh, man. Okay. Covering. Challenge. Did it make it to Russia? Did it make it to Russia? Russia. Okay. How do we see Hillary's data? Environment. The emotions of Hillary's data to Russia. Okay, and the card of the reading is 8 of Pentacles. This is my card for the action of, like data harvesting, data mining, the grunt work of, like kind of the computer digital stuff with like micro-targeting and suppression, kind of that electronic part, because it's such valuable information. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that. So that's a card of the reading. 5 continent coup card. Okay, so what do we, I think I need to move this up a little bit. Okay, signifier. Holy crap. The White House. What's covered? Oh my gosh. Can you believe this? This is what's covering the White House. Hanging on to. It's like he's hanging on to her data. I'm so happy. Like he's hugging a flag. What's the challenge? Donald was sunk. His ratings his likelihood of winning was nothing, especially after the Access Hollywood tapes, but even way before that. The root, an offer. Someone made a very happy offer. What's crowning the reading? The Tower. So there's a couple ways to think about this. The Tower, Mars, aggression. The Tower, they're in trouble. They're falling apart. The campaign's falling apart. It also relates to what this means. Part of the global coup is committing this type of aggression on sovereign countries to divide the electorate. In the past, money was offered for her data. Temperance, oh my goodness. Future Temperance. Remember earlier the Two of Pentacles card? This is about data harvesting, data mining, taking it, adjusting the polling, using more information, adjust the polling, let things kind of sit, insert stuff into social media, do the polling, see how it works, back and forth, back and forth. You guys are going to flip out when I show you how this stuff works in real time, how we're rigged every single day. How is Hillary's data seen going to Russia? It's an up. It's a freaking up. Oh my gosh. This is like the envelope that made it to Washington 2 days ago from Kim Jong-un and it had started around the other side of the world with Eric, with Donald to Eric Prince. That's how big it is. The environment, bind up Hillary and commit psychological warfare, terror on Hillary Clinton voters. They can't see what's coming, but they're getting attacked all over the place. Terrify them. Okay, emotions. Oh my gosh. These were the emotions of Hillary's data going to Russia. This is the Republican Party. The Republican Party probably knows that her stuff went to Russia, and that's how they knew it. Yes, because her information was used down ballot, and Paul Ryan was guilty of using hacked materials. Oh my God. There you go. What's to come? Hopes and dreams, Trump, Putin, Russia. And this is what's to come. All in, all her data. We've made a plan. We're almost to the finish line. We're going to rally ourselves, and we're going to get there, and we're going to overcome. That's what Putin would say. So I think it's pretty clear that Hillary's data made it to Russia. And if I was able to sniff this one out, I pray to God, I have faith that Mueller and company and the FBI did too. And you know what? No wonder, another reason why the Republican Party lets Donald do whatever they want, because they're all guilty. They're all guilty of this. Rest in peace. Seth Rich, saying a prayer for you and your family. And Peter Smith. And the young woman in Russia. The Russian who was electrocuted today. I don't know. Do you guys know that Ivanka is part of the online gambling business? She's had her name and vital information scrubbed from, filings, corporate filings. And also to the poor tanker out there. And universe, protect our troops, protect our families, protect our borders, protect us all from this menace in the White House. Okay, thanks for watching, you guys.